Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander viewers are advised that the following program contains images and voices of people who have died.
This is very strange for me because I don't get dressed up for Halloween whatsoever. Wish I had long hair. But today is 1 year to the date where we had the vigil for Cassius, and we decided to choose this date because it was Cassius' favourite day, Halloween, to have the unveiling of a special memorial.
Mechelle is a mother who has a son that was coming home from school and didn't make it. If that doesn't touch people's hearts, I don't know what would.
Momentum for change is rippling through the nation tonight, with emotional rallies held to remember Perth teenager Cassius Turvey.
The 15-year-old Yamachi Noongar boy died last month after allegedly being beaten.
This was a teenager in his school uniform in broad daylight.
People think that we're getting better. What kind of backwater are we living in?
There's been a massive show of anger and grief as communities right across the country call for change.
This is Australia's George Floyd moment.
It could have went horribly wrong because there was the anger, there was the hurt, there was the frustration.
They all wanted to start a war about all this. Mechelle just wanted peace. Come together.
See, I've got an issue with anger because anger will it'll manifest in your heart to a point where you hate everyone and everything. How you been?
Yeah, I'm right.
But I don't think we have to fight with people so much because they just go, whoa, I don't want to hear it. And there's no point talking from that point because the ears are closed, all the walls go up. You know, it's so powerful for little ones to learn their culture. Thank you.
I don't know how she does it. Sometimes I think if I put myself in her shoes, I think the grief would have just been too much, but she's on a mission. As Cass used to say, Mama's on a mission. Mama's on a mission, so you can't stop her.
Wow, that's beautiful. When I'm passionate about something, I'm like a little fox terrier. I won't let go of it.
This is probably her biggest mission, is her legacy for her baby. That drives her every day.
15. My grandmother used to make me walk out in storms, thunder and lightning, from when I was a young girl up till I was about 15 or so. Storms where I thought I was going to die. And I always asked Nan, what are you doing this to me for? She said, I'll tell you when it's good and ready. It was only years after. She says, I walked you all those years through that rough weather because I wanted to make you stronger and let you know you're going to have some even stronger storms ahead of you. Look, she could have just told me that. I wish she would have. Hey, what do you reckon?
Did you not iron it?
No, but the dryer's got this ironing function.
Our grandmother and mother have been through a lot, which have made them very strong women. That's been handed down to my sister.
Both of my grandparents were taken away from their parents, put on missions, and later they went to a reserve to live. together.
She was ironing when she was young, but then the iron got too hot, so she turned it off and kept ironing.
I've always been clean and tidy and things like that. That came from my mother because her mother had to be clean all the time just to keep authorities away from coming and stealing my mother.
I met my husband at Alaba Grove. That's an old settlement for Aboriginal people. He's a white man. He's not Aboriginal or anything, he's white.
His father said to him, don't marry her. She won't look after your kids and she'll just be a drunk.
Mum was always worried about bad stories getting out, that she couldn't look after her children or that she was different in any way to a white mother bringing up children.
I don't ever remember being told that we were Aboriginal, you know, and there was no culture.
I've always felt that I've grown up in two worlds, having a black mother and a white father. And because my skin isn't as dark as other Aboriginal people, that created a bit of an identity crisis for me as well. I kind of felt like I was sitting on a big fence.
Yeah, you're still mum's big baby.
Big baby. How much did I weigh?
9'5", I think it was. Yeah.
Mechelle clashed with Dad because Dad had a lot of rules, and when she was a teenager and she rebelled.
And I'd get in trouble if things weren't done in the proper way. So at 15, I went and stayed with an Aboriginal family. I never returned back home.
Oh, God, she was young. Too young. Should have been still at home. She had a mind of her own. She'd do what she wanted to do, and you couldn't stop her. I could only try my best to bring her up the right way, can't I? And I'm still trying.
My three sons all have different fathers. After having the two eldest sons, I was quite over men and relationships, and I was quite happy with just my two boys. But along came Sam from my past, and he was different. We had been old flames 14 years prior.
Yeah, he struck gold when he got my daughter. I think she did too. She was happy, she deserved it because she's been out with quite a few men and that. And he was good to her.
Yes, a lovely one with Troy. Cassius was born on the 5th September 2007. And that hair, eh?
It was Sam's first child. Yeah, very, very proud moment. Very proud.
That is so funny.
Cassius was always a special child. He filled a room with his personality and with his smile. Even without speaking, he just filled a room.
His laugh was the first thing you could hear before anything. I can still, even now, remember his laugh.
His laugh was just so loud, it would just carry on to the point, buckling over and, your rib cage going silly there.
He had that, ability to wrap his arm around, his mates and really, pull them out, if they were, struggling at all as well. So, just in so many ways, he was, really special kid.
He was the sort of student that knew right from wrong. He would make sure that his friends followed the rules, and in fact many staff would often say that they wish they could have a classroom full of Cassiuses.
Even if people were in trouble, skipping class, anything like that, he would try to get them out, set them straight. Even a little bit of tough love, but it was good for all of us.
Cassius was 13 when my husband Sam got diagnosed with cancer. Cassius, he was in denial. Sam tried to prepare him so many times. And Cassius was just, it's okay, Dad, it's okay, Dad. They'll fix you.
And I remember little Cassius sat next to his father all that time, did not leave him, Not until the very, very end.
Everyone just rallied around Cass because he was 14 at that time. Like, okay, we've got to wrap our arms around this young teenage boy who's just lost his father. Who would have thought, like, 2 months and 1 day later, that the world would be so cruel?
Thursday, 13th of October, was just an ordinary day for Cassius. He would have gone home as per normal, and he always walked with friends. And they were very keen to go home and to socialise and to have fun.
On that day, I knew Cassius was going down to the Midland shops with a friend after school and then come back home. So I thought I'd go and get my hair done. And during that, I was getting a lot of private phone calls and I didn't answer them. Then I got a phone call from one of Cassius' friends' mother, and she told me that Cassius had been hurt and he had been taken to hospital.
A teenage boy is fighting for his life after his
Cassius Turvey was walking home from school with a friend when a car full of strangers pulled up next to the teens,
Police
accusing
allege
them
one of the
smashing-
occupants got out and chased them before assaulting Cassius with a metal pole.
Because he couldn't run as fast as the others, he's the one that got caught. It just gutting. Gutting. Very, very sad.
A child in his uniform coming home from school, attacked brutally. Anybody's child, whether you're black, white or brown, should be able to be safe in this community. On that particular day, he was not safe.
And we went to the hospital. The image of my boy with his head slashed open, one of his ears hanging by a thread.
I'll always remember that look in his face, that shocked look in his eyes of how did I end up here?
They got some CAT scans done and showed he had 2 huge bleeds on the brain. So then they transported him to the kids' hospital in Perth, where he stayed for 5 days. He was just Cassius, cheeky, playing his PS4.
Just for the boys, I can see you doing well.
In the 5 days where Cassius was in hospital, he was in great spirits.
Oh, God damn.
Police should have came and taken another statement from him, because I think a further statement would have helped, especially when we've got a case coming up. But the police's policy was with head injury victims, wait till they get home, then go and interview them.
When Cassius was discharged after the 5 days, he just had the medication and a follow-up in 6 weeks' time. Yeah, just take it easy was the message.
And I thought, I won't go around and see him, let him rest, I'll head over there tomorrow. I regret not going over.
He walked in the front door.
Little bro's out of hospital now.
And grabbed his PS4 and went in his room. Just looked like Cassius. The normal Cassius. Just around midnight-ish, Cassius was really hot and I was sponging him and I called the ambulance. We set him down in my favourite chair on the patio and he started screaming.
Oh, be a girlfriend! I'm gonna die.
I don't know why I videoed it. I think I was just taking a picture of him just being in pain to let family know that he had to be taken back into hospital. I wasn't expecting him to say that. That's the last time Cassius spoke to me. It's the last time I heard his voice. He had a really long seizure. He was put in an induced coma where they found that he had some strokes and more bleeds. So still, not my boy. Not my boy at all.
You know, I'm saying to myself, wake up, Cassius, wake up. But there was nothing, you know. There was nothing. It was just horrible.
Mechelle did call me up and told me if I did want to, you know, say any last words to him or come pay him a visit. I remember, yeah, just telling him it's all right. Like, yeah, just if he can't keep fighting, like, that's just what it is. And I loved him, and yeah.
I would have liked to say goodbye, and I did, but I would have liked to see in his eyes or some movement. Some of Cassius' friends were there when it happened, and when Cassius was taken away to the hospital. The young boys that were there and seen everything, they were just left there. Yeah, everyone drove off. So the boys jumped on the bus, traumatised, left alone.
My son was there when it happened, and I was really disappointed in the police. You know, these are kids that something's happened to, and then to let them catch the bus home after all of that, after being scared, I just feel like they did see them as Aboriginal kids, that they're just run amok kids, and you feel like that's how they got looked at.
When Steve Cleal from the homicide squad first came out to see me, he didn't know that my husband had died and was buried 3 weeks prior. And I was so angry, I hammered him in anger about the kids being left there on the day Cassius was hurt. I hammered him about the statement not being completed.
There was a definite phase where I had to earn her trust. She needed a punching bag to hit and to get that off her chest, and it needed to be dealt with.
Vigils are being held across Australia to honour the life of Cassius Turvey.
The national rallies and the vigils were huge. I've never seen that many people come together.
It wasn't just our loss. He was a loss for everyone, for what he might have been.
You know, everyone felt like that was their kid. It wasn't black, white or anything like that. It was a child.
You could feel the anger around the country.
Shame, let me hear you.
Anger is the easiest place to go.
No black child is ever in the wrong place or the wrong time on their own land.
Anger is probably the first step of grief. But Mechelle didn't go there.
We are all the same. We are all one people. I don't think we should look at differences. And I just want to put this message out stronger, stronger and stronger. Kids matter. They really do. All our kids. Black, white, brown.
She's the mother of an Aboriginal boy who was attacked by a group of non-Aboriginal people. My boy was taken from me. How dare this happen? What can I do to have this not happen again to someone else? That was her message. And she was very strong with trying to stop any other message getting through that would distract from that.
We know racism exists, but do not use my son's tragedy as a platform to blow your trumpets.
I didn't want any more violence. I didn't want hatred. And I didn't want Aboriginal people again to be stereotyped as uncontrollable and violent. I wanted to bring unity amongst everyone.
There's no doubt that Mechelle's presence and her words helped to calm the situation. Mechelle believed that justice would take its natural course and that we needed to have faith in that justice to ensure that it did happen.
So there are 4 young adults all charged with the murder of Cassius. The trial isn't set to go ahead until next year, 2025, so it is a long way off.
I met Cassius first in Year 4, primary school. Cassius was like a brother and a best friend.
Cassius started the Lawnmower Boys when he was 13. The neighbour across the road asked if he could get his lawn mowed by Cassius and one of his mates. So Cassius went and mowed the lawn, came back really happy for a $50 note.
Cassius just like texts me out of the blue after doing a lawn, and he got paid good enough for it. So he texts me and he's like, let's actually start this. Let's go around Stratton, knock on doors, ask people who got lawns. So I was like, I got nothing else to do.
So proud of these guys. They're just walking around with their lawnmowers, whippersnippers to all the neighbours.
Cassius said to me, how much did we charge? Can we ask them just to, you name the price? I said, yeah, it's beautiful. When Cassius passed away, it took them a while to get back into it because it was a bit triggering, but they want to carry on his legacy.
I feel like just mostly like rage, but I try to turn that to like something good for him.
This will be, as far as I know, the last court hearing for the actual trial in the beginning of 2025. So people might not understand why I want to go to court, why I want to see their faces, why can't I wait later, why would I put myself through that? But it's all about processing and not avoiding things.
The way this investigation has gone, I've gotten to know Mechelle and her family very well.
Oh, you look very handsome today. Look, he's in black. We're going in there. Hey, my brother.
Steve's always looking out for me. He will call me to check on me. He always keeps me informed of court procedures, what I may hear or what I may not hear. He takes me to every court hearing.
We started out, we have that professional aspect to us, but we also have this friendship we've formed.
I just like the bloke. He's a friend. I don't believe I said that, but he has become a friend.
She describes you as a brother.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, good. Someone that's been through that kind of grief, you know, to have someone have difficult conversations with her. Just give us one tick. Yeah, sure.
Good policing means caring and recognising you're dealing with people. I can't give you the exact tools on the best ways to work with victims of crime or trauma, but I can give you a few tips.
The police commissioner, he approached me a couple of months after Cassius passed away, and he said, I want my force to be more empathetic and to realise they're dealing with actual people, would you be able to put something together and develop a program and present it to new recruits? My aim is to stamp out RoboCop attitudes. You are going to have better outcomes, rapport, if you use your heart and your sensitivity and humanity. It would be better to do this. You'll probably get one of three responses. Fuck you pig, get your fucking hands off me. 2, I can put you up for assault. Or 3, they will look into your eyes and think, fuck, this person's a human being. And they've got a blue outfit.
She's called it Take 5 based on something that I truly believe in. You can lose someone's trust in the first 5 seconds that you walk into someone's house or walk into a situation. How long does it take to earn trust? I don't think I could answer that. How long does it take to lose trust? Seconds.
The bottom line is that the police aren't going anywhere, but the relationships must be improved. She's given it a go.
That's my reason.
Everyone over here? Steve Cleo nominated me for the Australian of the Year Awards for WA. Told me over the phone, and there was a lot of F's that came out of my mouth. And I hung up on him and said, you shouldn't have done that. That's not me, and it really isn't me. I do something because I want to do something, not because I won an award.
Did I cop abuse for that? Yeah, the words she used are probably for a later time slot.
I thought she would win, but that's just me being her sister. But I think the other side of me thinking like, nah, because things like that don't happen to us.
The 2024 Australian of the Year for Western Australia is Mechelle Turvey.
I didn't even hear my name get called. I got a tap on the back by other people on the side of me.
Yeah, just very proud of her for how she's dealt with this tragedy. I think I said to her afterwards, you know you won that because of what you did.
I'm here because of my son, and I hope I have made him proud, and I'm still moulded by him even though he's left this earth.
So I'm very happy for her and what she's achieving, but then I know where the seed of her doing it comes from. This country should not know the name Cassius Turvey. If they didn't know who Cassius Turvey was, our baby would still be here.
Each day now is still quite different. Sometimes when I've had a good day, I feel guilty. But then other days, when I've had a good day, I feel strong. And I know that my husband and my son would want me to be happy. I know that.
Sun came out. Thank you, Cassius. Yeah.
I want to stay strong. I want to live a good life, carrying on my son's legacy and getting people to understand the qualities of Cassius. I just want people to be good to one another.